Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lightning Room. Hi there, Bob. Hi, how's everybody doing this evening? Almost Thanksgiving time. Everybody ready? Got your turkeys or your hams, or what are you doing for Thanksgiving? A week away. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? We're just a little after 8. Can you hear me okay? Hold on, I hear that sound there. Let's turn us down a little bit. Okay, how's that? Sorry about that. How's that? Looking good there. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Everybody on board? Let's give it a few minutes. We've got a couple that are coming in, so let's get it just a few minutes. Hope you all had a wonderful week. You've got your warm cup of something by you, depending on where you are. It might be a cool evening. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Loud and clear. Good deal. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's start off with some dinner disaster movies, okay? Cinema chaos at the table. So name that movie. Now, some of these, I've got to admit, I wasn't so sure on myself. You can hear the echo. Okay, thank you. Give me a second here. I think I know how to fix that. Is that better? Oh, peach ginger hot tea. Yes, yes, yes. Just kind of some regular old coffee here. Still really good. It's the spot. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, how's that with the echo? Is it sounding better? I think I've got it turned down now. It should be good. Checking the echo, checking the echo. Let me know if you hear it back. Okay, good. No more echo. Okay, good deal. Okay, coffee's there. Yes. Okay, sounds great. I can echo Ami. Hey, Ami says Bob. Peach ginger hot tea. Excellent. I'm like, okay. All right, got both sides of these. See if I can read our comments a little bit better tonight if I have it set up like this. Okay, here we go. First up. All right, your deal is to name the movie. Here's your genre. It's a holiday. All of these kind of going to be holiday classic. This one's a little bit more on the drama side. Disaster moment was a dinner table turns from festive to feral when Meredith, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, awkwardly tries to discuss sexuality and adoption. Cue flying food, stunned silence, and the most uncomfortable family dinner since the invention of mashed potatoes. Does that ring any bells for anybody? A clue. It is a 2005 movie. 2005. Had to look this one up a bit. 2005 movie. What do you think? Have you seen this? Sarah Jessica Parker. No ideas, no ideas. Anybody else? Okay. When's the last time your dinner conversation went off the rails like this movie? It sounds like it must have been crazy. Okay, name of the movie. Answer is okay. Everybody good? Movie was The Family Stone, 2005. 2005. I'm no help and I don't know. You know what? Like I said, I had to look this one up. I know I'm the one who made it up, but I had help. Remember, this is our AI helper. So I had to look this one up. All right, next one up. So yeah, okay, that's good. The Family Stone. Yes. Not Family Stone. Yes. That was a musical group. I sing. Okay, are we ready? Wow, never even me either. That was one I like seriously had to look. I was like, what is this? But sounded like fun to put in here anyway, didn't it? All right, next up, let's see if we're good on this one. This is dark family drama, disaster moment. Remember, the name of this section is disaster movies, so stick with the disaster moments here. This is the Mount Everest of dysfunctional dinner scenes. The Weston family gathers after a tragedy, and secrets erupt like gravy on a stove, loud, emotional, and unforgettable. This one was 2013. Kind of makes only a dozen years ago. Julia Roberts versus Meryl Streep. No one leaves hungry, but everybody did leave traumatized. Yes, yes, yes. That was the tagline on that one. Okay, so anybody recall this one? Julia Roberts and Meryl Streep's. I remembered seeing parts of this, but I didn't see this entire movie. Yes, yes, Tommy, Osage County. Yes, it sure was 2013. I remember seeing bits and pieces of this. It was out there, wasn't it? Okay, so that's good. 2013. That didn't seem like I'd seen it that long ago, though. All right, dummies, you got it. All right, next up. Good job, Sam says. Never even heard of that. I got it. Yes, yes, Sam. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? Um, it's mystery and dark comedy. All right. The disaster moment in this one is the Thromby's family dinner devolves into chaos as arguments explode. Wills are questioned, side eyes could like steal. By dessert, everyone's a suspect, and the knives aren't just on the table. So this actually sounded sort of violent. And the answer is in that last sentence somewhere. At least part of the answers is in that sentence somewhere. Give you a hint also 2019. Name is in the last part of that sentence, and it was 2019. Awesome, says Bob. Yes. What do you think? Sound familiar? Oh, anybody else want to guess? The genius knows it. This. Yes, Jummy. Yes, Knives Out. Another one to look up that was interesting. 2019, Knives Out. That was it. Just saw that. Did you? Okay, it's all of these, as a matter of fact, I put on my, except for two that I've seen, I put on my list. It's like they're all pretty worthwhile kind of watching. Okay, so the Thromby family. All right, cool. That's how you make this. That's so quick. Information we collect all day long. Next up, this is going to be a comedy. I know, a disaster movie, but a comedy. Way to go, says Bob. The disaster moment. Greg, played by Ben Stiller, tries to impress his girlfriend's parents until a broken toilet, a lost cat, and an emotional breakdown over dinner turn everything into a slapstick chaos. And a lie detector test, an awkward pair, and you've got the recipe for dinner disaster gold. This is 2000. Think Ben Stiller, think Ben Stiller. The parent meeting, the Froggers, no, but along that kind of thing. You're right on it. You're right close to it. Meet the Frockers, Sam. No. Yes, yes, Joms got it. Meet the parents. Absolutely. Meet the parents. That was great, right? I mean, sometimes Ben Stiller is just he's wonderful when it comes to that. I mean, he is the absolute slapstick comedy. Absolute, absolute. All right. Yes, that was Meet the Parents. I was going to tell you the family over there is having a meeting, and Voltron over here. So sorry. Is just not paying, not listening. So they're all debating things at the moment. He's not. They're debating how they're going to handle this family situation. So they're having their own holiday feel going on. Alrighty, next up, are you ready? This one is going to land us in the fantasy comedy cult classic thing. So the disaster moment in this one, that iconic dinner scene where the guests suddenly break out to the Deo, Deo, the Banana Boat song, possessed by mischievous ghost mid shrimp cocktail. It's spooky. It was hysterical and absolutely unforgettable. All right, what is it? Come on, tell me you know it. Tell me I know. Yo. Before I even got to look at my comments, there we are. Yes, it is. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, a Beetlejuice. It was a good one. Have you seen, have any of you seen the new Beetlejuice? The most recent one. I think it's two. I don't think there's been a three yet, but I think it's Beetlejuice 2. Anybody see that one? It's been out for a good while. I like definitely the first is would be my favorite. Alrighty. Ready to get moving. We'll get started with Haunted Harvest. So your job during this section is I'll show you a little story here and you tell me, do you think it's true or do you think it's false? And then it's legends. So it's Haunted Harvest and it's legends that are told. So folklore sort of stuff like that. True or false? In those areas, what do you think? All right. So the story's up and you let me know. Do you think that would be true or do you think that would be false? No, haven't seen Beetlejuice 2. I would think it's streaming someplace. I'll have to look that up and find out where it's streaming at. All right, here we go. So the story on a former farm in upstate New York. Those of you up in New York, Sam and Johnny, harvesters still report hearing a phantom plow crackling through the fields at dusk, though the plow hasn't been used in decades. Oh, that just sounds scary enough to be true, right? I mean, first of all, anything upstate New York, anything with a farm, yeah, that just does it for me. What do you say on this one? Say ye true or false? All right. Give it a second. What do you think? True or false? Answer coming in. And the answer to this one is former farm in upstate New York harvester. Still hear this. What say you? Sam says, true. I can hear the plow now. Oh, Sam, you want to jump in there on that? And the answer to this one is going to be truish. Farms across America have long-standing legends like this, just like this one. One collection of haunted farm story notes feels where spirits from the past are said to roam after harvest time. Bob says true. So yes, truish it is. Truish it is. Okay. Um, next story up. A North Carolina barn, once used for processing crops, locked up in the 1920s, still flickers with lights at night, and no one can explain the source of the electricity. So, barn lights up. Crops used to be stored there, and it flickers at night, but there's no source of electricity. True? Legend? False? Legend. True legend, false legend. You know, lights are another one of those things. Lights are involved. I kind of tend to believe that. Okay, John says, true, fireflies still exist for a little longer anyway. And that is what is flickering. I love your deduction. It sounds absolutely reasonable to me. Just so that's a true. All right, we've got one true. Do we have anybody else? All right, Sam's with it. True. Okay, so true. As the legend goes, a recent account describes a southern farming community haunted by the ghost of a woman near a derelict barn in North Carolina. Makes you kind of wonder, why does a ghost need a light? But I guess the ghost is drawing attention to itself. Like that? Actually, I think we can go with the fireflies thing. What do you say? What do you say? I think we can go with the fireflies. Okay. So you ready to go on to the next one? Joey, Tim. All right, here we go. So in Wisconsin, there's a phantom figure called the Ridgeway Ghost. It appears each harvest season along old farm roads, sometimes visible only in twilight. Sometimes visible only in twilight. Ooh, Ridgeway Ghost. I mean, he's got his own name. That just like that says something, doesn't it? Yes, okay, we got a true. Bob says yes, that sounds right. John says true. Okay, all right. Sam will go with true. And the answer is that's a true legend. The Ridgeway Ghost of Wisconsin folklore is exactly this kind of spectral farm road story. Absolutely. This is one of the ones that kind of stay, and everyone has seen it. So, good job, guys. True. You can spot them a mile away now, can't you? Okay. Um, it's Uncle Bill. Oh, no, not Uncle Bill. Please, no. Okay, next up. So the story is a famous ghost farm attraction in Missouri claims its very location used to be a 19th century farm where the owner vanished during harvesting and his spirit now haunts the corn maze. Jones was ha 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 on that last one. Okay, so a famous ghost farm attraction. So is it like a little museum they go to? So the owner vanished during harvesting and his spirit now haunts the corn maze. I think that sounds very, very like that could be very true, right? That could be true. I like that. I think so. What do you think? False? Okay, we got a false, we got a true. What do you think? Nah. Bob says nah. Jump says nah. Okay, Sam, anything from you? And the answer is true. Urban legend formed the haunted farmhouse, ghost farm. Legends in the Ozarks speak to exactly this type of backstory. Interesting. So that's a true. All right. Just a spooky story to sell $5 to the corn maze. I know it apparently it seemed like that, but they seem to be saying they're selling the real ghost. I mean, that's what they said. Okay. So Grandma Sally is running around. It could be. I mean, some of these stories you never really know. It very well could have been Grandma Sally running around. All right. And they could have very well sold a ticket for $5. Everyone's right on this channel. And Grandma Sally, haha. Okay. All right. Okay, this one. Story. A farm in Tennessee from the 1800s reported that every fall, no matter how dry the season, the corn in one specific field grew taller than all the others. Locals said the dead are doing the work. Tell me, Grandma Sally, Uncle Bill, is your whole family just haunters? Well, Bob, what have you to say for yourself? Okay, so um, every fall, no matter how dry the season, one particular row of or field of corn grows taller than any others. Locals say the dead are doing the work. True or false? It's a legend, but true or false? What say you? This is a farm in Tennessee in the 1800s. Bob says this is true. All right, Bob. Any other takers on this one? So on this one, John says it's where the field mites gather to drink and spill excess beer so the corn flourishes. Okay, Wrench, somebody's going to put you in timeout if you don't stop that. You and Bob both now. Seriously. All right. And Chom says it's going to be false. The answer is it really is mostly just it's a true legend, but I found multiple haunted farm stories that sounded just like this one. So really that too. Mm, there were so many that, yeah, there were lots of unexplained at harvest time stories. I couldn't really verify that specific Tarla corn one, but there were, yeah, good debate. False, true. It's sort of like in that, yeah. It depends on what you read, where you read, and the time of what you read. Oh my goodness, I lost my car. Okay, are you ready to move on, group? It's rather a long day, I'd say, wouldn't you? Okay, here we go. All right, there's a farmhouse where after the harvest was loaded onto wagons late at night, the workers heard a woman calling out for help. Baby lost in corn, yet no child had ever been reported missing on that land. Wow. Ready when you are. Here we go. There's a farmstead where after the harvest was loaded onto wagons late at night, workers heard a woman calling out for her baby lost in the corn. Yet no child had ever been reported missing on that land. Oh, interesting. It almost sounds true, but well, I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, that is sort of weird, isn't it? Any calling out. They say in the Appalachia that if you hear anything call your name, or if you're just walking and you hear someone call your name, but you know there's no one really around or should be around, you should never turn around and answer in general. I mean, how are you going to know what they have to say if you don't answer them? But still, that is something. Okay, so what say ye? True or false? And true or false? Family for sure. Okay. Okay. All family. All family. Got it. All right. Okay. So this is really true. It's classic ghost motif, though, right? Many haunted farm tales include the lost child in the field. So legends, etc., ghost in the house, forgotten American farming tragedy. So it kind of goes with the typical, yeah, faults. Yeah, it's really just it's kind of classic ghost motif, right? It's in so many stories, and that's interesting because I really hadn't heard that one in particular before. So, but I can't say I've heard a lot of ghost stories about farms, although. Yeah, I mean, everyone you hear is kind of, it almost sounds so classic. If there's this, there's that. Okay, here we go. Next one up. At a farmhouse in Texas, visitors say a specter of a pioneer woman appears on the old creek bank every harvest moon night, and that the water beneath her feet freezes even in late fall. Well, in late fall means that dead gum winter, I think, would be pretty much freeze. Okay, so try to read that a little more smoothly. At a farmhouse in Texas, visitors say a specter of a pioneer woman appears on an old creek bank every harvest moon night, and that the water beneath her feet freezes even in late fall. Interesting. What do you say? Family for sure. Okay, false. What do we have here? All right, I'm going to go ahead and give us the answer on this one. Ready for it? The answer is this is a true legend. It's called the McDowell, MCDOW, McDowell Hole. Texas tale. It's a Texas tale that features a pioneer woman haunting a farm creek bed. And those kind of haunting visuals, the cold water, the ghostly images, that was part of her stories. I don't believe it. False. Okay, well, it is in Texas. They always say stuff in Texas. Texas is bigger. La 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 la. Oh, I say that. Well, who knows? Okay. Well, that is, isn't it? That is. That's one of those. I didn't expect that to be so either. And I thought I would have heard about that for sure. But okay, we're gonna move on now. Ready, spaghettis? We're gonna round the night off with some stuffing or bluffing. So in this one, stuffing or bluffing, is it, do you think it's um, more like just stuffing, or it's just a, more like it's filler, classic, it's there, or no, it's just kind of a bluff, doesn't even meet the standard. So the first one up will be about Thanksgiving. It'll give you an idea. What do you think this is? Ready? Bluffing, always bluffing. Stuffing, always stuffing. Okay, here we go. Um, okay, good night, Sam. We'll see you later. I'm glad you were here. Thank you. All right. Say good night. Good night. The first Thanksgiving might not be the first at all. While many point to 1621 feast at Plymouth as the first, there were Thanksgiving style celebrations earlier, such as in 1619, whoa, a whopping couple of years, in Virginia, still earlier, and even this one's really early as 1565 with Spanish settlers in Florida. How do you like that? And that was I thought that was a neat little where the story came from. But so stuffing or bluffing, is it true that there were Thanksgiving celebrations by Spanish settlers, or were they just a few years before in Virginia? What do you say? Stuffing or bluffing? Is it true, or it's just a bluff? What do you think? It is indeed stuffing. There were other celebrations that had taken place before the one that came in 1621, before the one in 1621. And help myself remember like that. All right. Yes, ma'am, Miss Jumma, you are so correct. So correct, so correct. Stuffing, bluffing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, it's stuffing. Stuffing would be the proper answer. And to keep it moving, that legendary turkey on the table, well, very likely, I'm going to tell you now, a bluff. The 1961 feast likely didn't feature the massive roasted turkey centerpiece. We imagine instead the foods that more likely were available would be deer, duck, goose, fish, and shellfish would have been served. What do you think? Stuffing or bluffing? Was it that big, huge turkey, or do you think back in 1621 it might have been more the deer, the duck, the goose, the fish, the shellfish? What say you? Go ahead and let me know what you're thinking. What do you think? Is this one stuffing or bluffing, my friends? Stuffing or bluffing? Other foods. Chum says it was other foods. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else got an answer there? I think that makes sense. I really don't. I think it would have been the duck, the fish, especially. I think that was probably really, really big in that time. Okay, so the answer would be, yeah, yes, definitely stuff. I mean, what am I saying? Yes, definitely it's definitely a bluff, because we know that it would have been these other foods. It would have been these other foods. Okay, so bluffing it is, bluffing it is. It would have been the other foods. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Sorry, I'm a little slow on that turn. It's going to take it just a minute to get there, guys. So how say you? Ready for Thanksgiving? Ready for the holiday, everybody? It's right around the corner. Before we know it, it will be here. All right, we're going to get moving along here. So next one, stuffing or bluffing. A woman magazine editor made Thanksgiving a national holiday. So Apparently, someone named Sarah Josepha Hale did a 17-year campaign writing letters, publishing articles, and lobbying politicians, which ended in Abraham Lincoln declaring a national day of thanks in 1863. Stuffing or bluffing? I'm always ready since I don't celebrate. Yay, winning. Always ready. I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so did a woman do this? Joe stuffing. All right. And it is true. History sometimes is about pencils and persistence, and she certainly showed that it was that. All right. So, yes, and in 17 years, can you imagine 17 years being at it, writing letters, making campaign the, to talk them, to get it out there. I mean, that's great. Good for you, man. And what was her name again? Um, Sarah Josepha, I think. Josepha Hale. All right. I like that. Good for you. Thank you very much. All right. Ready? Hooray. Yes, it was. Okay, here we go. So there's a date drama called Franksgiving. All right. In 1939, Franklin D. Roosevelt moved Thanksgiving up a week to the second to last Thursday. Why? To boost retail shopping during the Great Depression. Some states objected, and the term Franksgiving was coined. Oh, how interesting. Okay, so stuffing or bluffing, true or no? Stuffing or bluffing? Because that really sounds like something that would have been, that sounds number one like something Roosevelt would have done. And number two, that would have been that time of, I mean, that the facts would bear out, right? The timing. So what do you think? So, question. Thanksgiving was moved up a week. Why? So that it would boost retail shopping during the Great Depression. What say you? Is that true or false? What do you say? And for those that really didn't like it, they called it Franksgiving since it had been moved up. Wow, that's fascinating, isn't it? What do you think? Stuffing or blessing? Yep. Bus shopping. Yep. I would. Yep. It's like really, even in 1939, we were in that mode. Here's to commercialism. Yeah, that's where I was going with it. And I guess that would have been a needed thing at the time. So, I mean, I think was it? I have a friend who said she saw Mary, who said she saw a Christmas commercial the day after Thanksgiving, I think. I mean, after Halloween. It was like, yeah, I think it might be starting earlier and earlier. I think that's it. Okay, so we're going to move on. And the answer, however, is it is stuffing. Weird and true. But yeah, that was it. So I guess it would beg the question at the time people were asking was, is it Thanksgiving about gratitude or about capitalism? Same thing we ask ourselves today. I mean, and this is 2025. So, okay, moving on. Okay, the myth of friendly feasting often hides a more complex reality. The iconic image of the pilgrims and Native Americans happily sharing a meal doesn't tell the full story. Power imbalances, negotiated alliances, and later conflict are part of history. True or false? How much do you really know about Thanksgiving? So true or false? And I guess it's sort of a there is a friendly version of the feasting, and at that time there were all those things going on. Power imbalances, negotiations, and later conflict. It all became part of history. So earlier in the show, we were doing a disaster movies. So I wonder if all Thanksgivings from the beginning on have been some sort of an absolute mess. Stuffing it is, my friend, stuffing it is. Okay, we are going to go ahead and wrap this night up. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. But I want to take a few minutes to say happy Thanksgiving. We will be off next week because it is Thanksgiving. So we will be returning in December. I would like you to send me your favorite holiday recipe. If you would just send it to go to jellybill.com, send us there, send it in our comments, put it in the comments sometime, but send what your favorite recipe is because I'd like to get started in December with what do you really love? And you know how this group loves food. So I think that'll be good. Okay. Answer is yes. Last answer, stuffing, stuffing, stuffing. Isn't that where the phrase fatten them up for the kill came from? I know. Poor turkey, right? Poor turkey. Fatten them up just for that reason. Okay, have a happy Thanksgiving. Since you celebrate that, we certainly will. Gobble, gobble. We'll try not to be the disaster movie plot. We'll try to be the happy family movie plot. We will be the happy family. Okay, I sent you oh, good. Red lentil pie. Oh, yes. That now, see, I hadn't heard of that. And that's going to be, that just sounds like from what you've said so far, that it's going to be so good. Okay, so next week we send pies. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Have a wonderful week. Take extra care of yourself. Peace and love always. We're going to stop our share and we're going to say good night.